Liverpool 3 and Manchester United 0. Now, what's interesting is that when you see that scoreline, Don, you kind of think, oh, here we go. ESPN FC can have a go at Manchester United again. No. But on this occasion, I think you can give them a lot of slack with that pre-season kind of excuse, because they were good, weren't they?
They were. Me and Stevie said it last night. They were the best side in the first half, Man United. They just couldn't finish. I mean, when the team sheets come in and we've seen Rashford, Sancho, we thought Rashford played through the middle and Sancho off the left. He didn't, Ten Hag. He played Rashford off the left-hand side and Sancho as a false nine. Completely didn't work. Never worked. Mason Mount never really got into the game. But they created chances. Rashford looked really sharp. He had 1 or 2 chances. Ahmad looked decent off that side. Mason Mount had a half chance. But the first half, they were by far the better side.
But here's the problem. Rasmus Højlund is out. You haven't got a striker. No. And Sancho, as you say, can't play as number 9. Rashford through the centre is going to have to be an option that he's going to have to explore. But you were 2 weeks away. Well, we're 1 week away from the Community Shield, 2 weeks away from the start of the season. You look at that Manchester United side and you think, where are these goals going to come?
It's crying out for, and Villa fans would hate me for saying it, it's crying out for a recognised number 9. And that could be Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, but he's not going to downgrade, is it, to United?
Ooh.
Not this season.
Yeah, no, but I mean that type of player. Because that's what Man U have been needing. We've sat here for years and go, why didn't he say Harry Kane? Because that's what Man United have done.
We're going back now to when you said that Harry Kane was going to Manchester City.
No, absolutely. So now you look at them, you think, well, they're buying all these defenders, and they're buying or in the market for De Ligt and Mazraoui. Sack that off and just get a recognised number 9. Go and find a number 9 that's going to get you...
But they thought they had that with Højlund. They spent a lot of money on that.
How can they think that with Højlund? He never got goals at Atalanta. 12, I think, was his biggest number, between 9 and 12. He was never prolific. He might be one day, but he wasn't prolific last season, even though he had a decent season. The kid needs time. And what the kid needs... I was chatting to Andy Cole, I think, and we were chatting when Andy Cole went into Man United. He said, I had Mark Hughes to learn from. And then after that, you had Teddy Sheringham and Dwight York and all these guys. If Andy Cole wasn't fit or scoring goals, there was competition for places. Poor Rasmus Højlund had to lead the line. Well, Anthony on one side, who was terrible, and a Rashford who was completely out of form. So then you look at his numbers, Højlund, you go, well, no wonder he's down on his numbers. Because at one point, he probably, even though I'm not saying he should have been taken out the side, what I'm saying is he needs help. And now he's out for 3 months, and Yoro's out for 3 months. If I'm Man United and I'm in their scouting department, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm going, find me a number 9.
Right.
Go and find me one. I need one.
Easier said than done, though, Frank, but they need something to change, don't they? Or else we're going to be having the same old conversations about United as we did last year.
Yeah, that's the big issue. I mean, on top of it, you could say Rashford would be the perfect one, but we know the lack of consistency from a fantastic player. They need somebody because, yes, yesterday they were good the first half, but again, you know, if you cannot score goals, that's the problem in football. That's the main problem. I often talk about Chelsea and the lack of goals they have. It's the same story for Manchester United.
Meanwhile, for Liverpool, you're watching these games in pre-season, you're thinking, yeah, Mo Salah.
Yeah, decent. And what Arne Slot wants while you're experimenting in pre-season, you want to win games. I know at some point you can say, well, it's irrelevant. But watching the game last night, the midfield weren't good for Liverpool. Jones, Gravenberch, Elliott. Konate made quite a few high-profile errors, but Man United didn't punish him. Quansah looked a little bit off it, but yeah, they're 2 weeks away from the Premier League start, so you've got plenty of time. Bradley done well, and then you look at Carvalho's pre-season, superb pre-season. So I think Liverpool have turned down a bid from Southampton, I think, for 15 million because of the pre-season he's had. And then you know Jota and Salah and the boys that are coming back, Darwin Núñez, Szoboszlai, etc. So for Arne Slot coming into the team in the pre-season, you think it's gone really well.
Is there any argument to say that Jota should start ahead of Núñez? Because Arne Slot has come out obviously and said Núñez is his guy.
I'd start him.
You'd start Jota
all day long.
Really?
He's probably one of the best finishers, natural finishers in the Premier League.
But then, is that just Núñez done then? Is your confidence completely shot? That you're just seeing someone like Jota starting ahead of you?
That's the dilemma, isn't it? Do you break someone's confidence? Is it on the player to go, well, I shouldn't just lose my confidence because, you know, I'm late to pre-season, I was away in the summer. So, again, Darwin Núñez needs to prove to Liverpool fans, he needs to prove to the manager that he's worthy of starting because whenever Jota started, I always felt more comfortable that he would score goals. And when you look at, you know, I think I sent out a tweet today, I think Curtis Jones was saying about it's all, for footballers these days, it's all about the stats, it's all about goals, it's all about assists. I completely disagree. As a footballer, you have to be effective first. And when I watch Jota and when I watch Trossard at Arsenal, they might not be sexy and they might not be amazing, you might not really catch the eye, they're always effective. Jota always scores goals. Trossard always scores goals because they're effective.
But if you've got Arne Slot who's put an arm around you, and if you're Darwin Núñez saying, you're my guy, you know, I know Klopp maybe didn't trust you, I trust you 100%, go out there and prove to me why I should.
I have to say, I like this a lot. I like what Arne Slot is doing a lot with Darwin Núñez. And I'll liken it to, as we've discussed before, goalkeepers and how managers handle goalkeepers, and that there's a need for an out-and-out number one. So whoever you are, you go out there and you're able to play with the confidence of playing a natural game and know that you won't be punished if you do make a mistake or not. That certainly has been my experience as a goalkeeper. Now you look at Darwin Núñez and his couple of seasons at Liverpool and some of his high-profile misses and his errors, which we've all spoken about. And now all of a sudden a manager's coming to you and saying, you're my guy. You go, you play your game, you can relax. You can not think about those misses. You don't feel anywhere near as uptight. Now, as a professional, you know all that does is give you a few games. Yeah. And regardless of position, you know, whether we're talking a goalkeeper, you throw a couple in, you're out. If you're Darwin Núñez, you go 4 or 5 games where you missed a hatful of chances, you're going to be out, especially when you've got somebody like Jota. And I think one of the things with Diogo Jota is he's just so good in so many different positions that he can play through the middle, but you know you can stick him on the left, you can stick him on the right, and Jota will meaningfully contribute, which I'm not so sure you can say about Darwin Núñez. So Arne Slot has come out, given Darwin Núñez that confidence to go and play his own game, his own natural game, and relax.
It's the only thing he could say. Arne Slot's never going to turn around when he got asked the question and go, nah, he's not for me.
But you've seen managers say, well, I've got 3 players who can play through the middle, and it depends on who we're playing against and who I'll pick. And at times that kind of, when you go onto the field, you're then playing, you feel as though you're playing for your position without that confidence. But he's given Darwin Núñez that confidence.
Oh, he's done the right thing.
And I think it's absolutely the right thing. Again, Darwin Núñez misses a few chances in the first 4 or 5 games. Rest assured, he'll be out, though.
Frank, would you like to say anything, or do you want to go?
Oh, I don't want to go. I'm very pleased to be with you guys. I think it's the last chance for Darwin Núñez. I think it will give him his confidence, and let's see how it works. I mean, we are talking about Liverpool. We are talking about a club with some Núñez descendants like Jan Rush, Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. You're not there to miss chances. And I really think that Diogo Jota is more precise than Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez is too clumsy right now. We saw him during the Copa America as well. That was a kind of same player. There is no, let's say, on-field pressure. He's the kind of player. He likes to run. He's very, how do you say, he likes to give 100%. But I'm sorry, he's clumsy. And you're a striker, you have to score goals. And all his statistics will count because you have to perform.
Do you know, Dan, sorry,
I think it will be his last chance.
Sorry, very quickly. I work with Michael Owen a lot. And when I'm doing commentary, he hates it when commentators say he's hit the target. Michael Owen hates that because top-level strikers, they don't hit the target. They find the corners. Midfield players like me or Frank in front of goal, we're happy to hit the target because at least we've done the right thing. Michael Owen and the best strikers that Frank mentioned there, they don't just hit the target, they put it in the corners and they finish. Darwin Núñez is that sort of player where, as Frank said, he's got his head down, he's full of energy, you can never fault him, you can never criticise him because he never backs down, he never shies away, he never loses any confidence, but he's going to need to learn how to finish.